Your line is now unmuted.
All right, thank you so much for joining me for this training webinar this morning. Today, we're going to learn how NewOffer can help save your deal without ruining your dinner. So I am Chief Customer Champion at NewOffer. I'm Tammy. You've probably talked to me on the phone, and if you haven't, please call me at any time. I'd love to help you out. So it's my passion to help you succeed with NewOffer. That's what I wake up in the morning doing, and that's what I'm doing all the time, helping you guys understand and learn NewOffer. So today, welcome to my workshop. If you've joined me in the past couple weeks, we've learned how to write offers in a couple minutes and then redraft that offer if you need to make changes. We've also learned how easy it is to edit an offer when your buyer wants to make last-minute changes to an offer at the very last minute. We know this happens all the time. We want to help you out. We've also learned what the buyer has to do exactly, whether they sign on their computer or their iPad or their computer or their cell phone, in order to sign the offer and get it back to you. And finally, we've learned how simple it is to write offers on Pocket Listings. Today, we're going to learn how to save a draft of an offer and then send it later. This webinar is mostly going to be run by me, but you have the opportunity to get involved as well. If you have a question, go ahead and just ask it. Type your question in the chat right there on the left side of the screen, and I'll be sure to answer it at the end of the webinar. So this webinar is based on the stories that I've heard from an amazing NewOffer agent, Dina Everest. Dina's an agent in Houston who asked to use NewOffer even before NewOffer was available to agents in Houston. She heard about it, wanted it, begged us to be on it, and we had to give it to her. She's very tenacious. And while she was using it, she's critiqued us, she's pushed us to be better, and she's been the inspiration for many of the features that you now enjoy with NewOffer. Redraft was her idea. So without her and without a lot of agents like you, we would not have a lot of the features that you guys have. So another thing about Dina is that she's always prepared. When clients say they may want to write an offer on a property, she drafts the offer ahead of time. So when they're ready to sign, she's ready. That means that when Dina's at a restaurant enjoying a delicious meal and her client calls her and says, "Okay, I'm ready," Dina can send the offer to her client in seconds, and she can enjoy the rest of her dinner. When the client goes and signs the offer, Dina will get a text notification and can submit the offer in seconds while waiting for the valet. So this webinar is dedicated to Dina. She's out writing offers this morning, and we wanted to share her story with you. So let's put this in context for you. You just showed NewOffer to a buyer, and they said, I really like it, but I have to think about it. Tell me if you've heard that one before. So this time, you're just going to say, great, I'll get the paperwork ready, so if and when you're ready, we'll be ready. And as a former Girl Scout, I have to say, being ready is my wildest fantasy. So we're just going to go into NewOffer, you see my app, and we're going to select my buyer. Then we're going to write an offer from our buyer. We're going to pull that property that my buyer was thinking about writing an offer on from the MLS, because we're prepared. We're just going to tap the property and confirm the legal information. So, submit the legal information and move on up to the forms page. So I have to apologize for that one. I have here on my notes to make a joke and say that in Soul Train style. So for any of you who actually know what Soul Train style is supposed to be, I apologize ahead of time. I tried really hard. I listened to Soul Train this morning and I just can't do it, but I tried. And the good news is that now that we're on the forms page, we can just select our forms and forget about that joke. So for this property, we want the 1 to 4 and the third-party financing, and that's about it. So I'm just going to go and fill out the terms of this contract. Tap the contract and just fill out the terms. Calculate the cash portion, 20%. Submit and next. Go straight through here. The best part is I don't even have to be in front of my computer. I can be at my house filling this out, being prepared. My troop leader would be so excited. It's not part of a POA because I didn't even attach the form. Closing date, we're just going to make sure it's on a weekday, and at April 6th, exactly a month from now, it happens to be on a Sunday. I just changed it to the 7th, and we'll close on a Monday. And I'm almost done. And there's no special provisions. Now that I filled out the 1 to 4, it's automatically filled out the third-party financing addendum. So instead of going to the sign page, because my buyer is not in fact ready to sign, I'm just going to tap Save Offer. I do rock. So I don't know what you have all done this morning, but I just wrote an offer. I think I deserve a little treat. So out to dinner I go, just like Dina in my wildest fantasy. So I'm at dinner and I'm enjoying the food, it's amazing, and then right between courses, like it was planned or something, my buyer calls and says, I've thought about it, and you know, I'm ready to put that offer in. Of course you are. So, do I leave my restaurant? No. Do I make my buyer wait? Absolutely not. This is my fantasy, remember? And we're gonna make my fantasy come true. We're gonna send this without interrupting my dinner because I'm prepared. So, all I'm gonna do is whip out my iPad, go into my buyer's account, and then continue the draft of that offer. And on the sign page, I'm just gonna email it to my buyer to sign. Now I can go enjoy my delicious calorie-free dessert sampler. In the meantime, my buyer's gonna check their inbox and they're gonna sign the offer. I'll come in just one moment. All right. My buyer is just going to check their email, scroll down, and sign the offer. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying that sampler. So everything is filled out exactly the way that I filled it out earlier. And all he's going to do is tap the initials box to sign the offer. So my buyer gets congratulated. And while I'm at the valet, I'll get a text notification. So I'm waiting for my car, and all I have to do is I can either whip out my iPad or just check my phone. I'm going to get a nice text message from New Offer. I'm just going to follow that link. Because this is in fact just a fantasy and not a real offer, I'm not going to send it to the listing agent. So I'm just going to uncheck that box. But you're going to leave that checked. Then I'm just going to send a nice little message. Review the email that's going to be sent out. Just tap send, all before my car drives up. So my buyer's happy because my buyer just submitted an offer on their house. And I'm happy because I'm a Girl Scout and my wildest fantasy just came true. So that's my fantasy. I want to hear from you and know if you have any questions and if there's anything that I can help you with. All right, well, it looks like I have a question about changing your account picture. So changing your account picture is very simple. You're just going to tap these three lines in the top left-hand corner of the iPad, and that's going to open the drawer on the left side of the screen. Then you're going to tap My Account, and then just tap your picture, and you can change your picture. It's that easy. So I have another question about how to edit your buyer's information. Again, very straightforward. So I'm going to go into my buyer's account by tapping the picture, and then I'm going to tap Edit Buyer. From here, I can just add or update the buyer's information, add a second buyer, and I can even update the buyer's signature if the buyer wants to. If I want to delete this account, I'll just tap Delete Account. But I'm going to leave Ryan Gosling in my iPad if you don't mind. So we have another question about adding documents to an offer. Adding documents to an offer is incredibly easy, and everything will appear on the Forms page. So when I write an offer, I'm going to pull something from the MLS. This one looks perfect. On the Forms page is where you will see all the information, all the documents that I can add to an offer. So under Custom Documents, there's documents that are specific to the buyer, like their proof of funds, and we'll see Ryan Gosling's picture right there. Brokerage disclosures that I've uploaded will appear right here. And then all of the forms are right here. So when I write an offer, let's say I need the 1 to 4 in third party again, and I go to the terms page. Anytime that I need to go back, whether I'm continuing a draft of an offer or if I'm redrafting an offer, all I have to do is go back to the forms page and add other documents that I need, like protecting your home from mold or endangered species. All of these documents can just be added, and then you just fill out all of their terms on this page. It looks like we have another question about adding signers like the seller. That's something that we're building right now, and I am testing in-house because we know that this is incredibly helpful, but this is not where the story ends for this offer. So we're building the capabilities for you to attach signatures for the seller, and then they can just come and sign it online. I hope that helped a little bit, and I'll be doing webinars on all of that stuff very soon. I just want to make sure that these are short and sweet and that I don't bombard you with information. If any of you have questions about any of these and want to talk to me personally, feel free to call me or email me. So we have a question about documents that are not in the system, and documents that are not TREC forms and that we have not uploaded, you can upload yourself. If they are documents specific to the buyer and you have them on your iPad, you can add them by uploading the document right here. We're also testing the capabilities. I just got this yesterday, testing the capabilities to add PDFs from your iPad that you've been emailed. It's pretty incredible, and I don't want to go down that path too far because you don't have it yet, and I'm still working out all the kinks. But we do have the ability to add outside documents that are not in the system, both from the iPad as well as from your web account. So if you go to newoffer.com/agent, you can log into your web account and upload documents. We are doing an overhaul of the web account, so it's going to look a little bit different a week from now than it does today, so just be wary of that. And if you have any questions about the web account and uploading documents and attaching signatures, just let me know. And I do want to show you one really cool thing, and I'll go into this probably next week in another webinar, attaching signatures to documents that you upload. So I'm going to upload a personal letter right here, or let's upload a loan pre-approval or other. Other document, pretty specific name. And then I'm just going to add it from my photo library because I've already added this document. So it's going to automatically upload. And then, oops, I accidentally touched the wrong button with my sausage fingers this morning. So I'm just going to tap Manage Documents. And in here, we can see that I've already uploaded a proof of funds. And now I have this other document. So I'm just going to tap Other. And here I can view the document that I just uploaded. And brand new feature, put your seatbelts on, hold your seats, because you can now add signatures. If there's a document specific to the buyer, you can now add signatures to this document directly from your iPad by tapping, selecting the type. Let's say it's a buyer initials. And so anytime that you attach this document to an offer, your buyer will have to initial this document. So we're allowing you to bring in your own forms, all of that, and we're very excited. If you have any questions, again, I will be going over this in a later webinar. I don't want to spend too much time on this today because today was all about saving a draft of an offer and continuing that draft later. I'm going to close that out. Does anybody else have any other questions that I can answer today? Okay, fantastic. Then that is all that I have prepared today. Thank you again so much for joining me. I had a fantastic time this morning with all of you. Have a fantastic... Oh, looks like I have one more question. If there are signatures on a document, the buyer needs to sign the document before you can send it to the listing agent. So any document that has signatures, whether it's a 1-to-4 contract or the document that we just put a signature on, before you can send a completed and signed packet to the listing agent, your buyer needs to sign all of the documents that have signatures. Okay, Sharon, I will just call you about all of this after. I'm a little confused on what you mean. So I'm just going to call you directly after this webinar so we can go and figure out all of the signatures and emailing stuff. Okay? So thank you all so much for joining me today. And I appreciate all of your input, all of your fantastic questions. And I hope you learned something. I hope that this saves you some time, and I hope this saves your next dinner. Please call me with any questions anytime, and have a fantastic Thursday and a fantastic weekend. Bye, guys.